What's Going On by Christina Anderson. Chapter 1. The Law of Relativity. The first thing I want you to do is to picture yourself on a really cold, wet, windy day, and you've been stuck out in the weather. The rain has soaked through your clothes and it feels like your bones are made of ice. You are starting to get a good shake-up to you there, and your teeth are rattling away. We've all been there, whether you are a tradesman on a really miserable winter's day or you're on your way home from work. Maybe you're a farmer working in the paddocks, or you're one of those super fit adventure types and you actually brought this on yourself by kayaking down the river in winter. Either way, it really sucks. Now picture getting home and climbing straight into a gloriously hot shower. The heat slowly thaws out your insides as the hot steamy water runs over your head and down your back. Goosebumps appear all over your body. This shower even rivals a good old orgasm for the sheer joy and pleasure you feel in those first few minutes. We all have showers every day of our lives. We've had thousands of them, but nothing feels like the shower you have when you've just spent several hours being really, really cold. This situation sums up exactly what life is about, why we are here, and basically it answers our questions. Why does this particular shower feel so much better and bring me so much more joy than my normal shower I have every morning before I start my day? The word is relativity. The meaning of life is relativity. Nothing more, nothing less. For those of you who like a good ponder or enjoy periods of long contemplation, just leave the book and spend a couple of months studying how relativity works in your life. You'll probably work everything out for yourself. But having said that, I will go on because for such a simple concept there are huge ramifications to consider. Relativity. The only reason that particular shower was so good was because the circumstances which preceded it were judged to be so bad. So, one could be thankful for such a wonderful shower, but the truth is one should be thankful for being caught in the rain. It is a profound fact that without the negative being so intensely negative, we would not have had the opportunity to experience that rush of pleasure and joy that came in the initial moments of that shower. So the question needs to be asked, was getting caught in the rain and half freezing to death actually a negative if you love the feeling of goosebumps and warmth spreading all over you under a hot steamy shower? How could the cold in that situation actually be a negative? If we were to get out and put on a nice warm dressing gown, watch a bit of TV, have a hot coffee and then get back in the shower an hour later, there's no way we would have the same experience. This law of relativity is evident everywhere you look. It is why makeup sex is so good. It is why we appreciate our life so much more only after we have experienced a close call with death or overcome a dire illness. It is why the parent of a standard C-grade student is delighted to see B's, where the parent of a straight-A student is disappointed to see B's appearing on their child's report card. It is why absence makes the heart grow fonder. I could go on and on, but I'm sure you get the picture. It all revolves around relativity. Once I understood this concept, I began to observe my own environment, and I confirmed what I had learnt. For every conceivable positive in this world, there is a negative. And to make it even more interesting, whether it is deemed a negative or a positive, changes with every person, in every circumstance, every time. For everything that exists, you can name a negative and a positive thing about it. I remember I used to do this with my son when he was about 15 years old on one of those boring long drives we used to do up the north coast of New South Wales. See, there it is again. The north coast of New South Wales is a beautiful drive, but it is relative to whether you do it 3 to 4 times a week, week after week, or very rarely. Anyway, we started with a rose and named the beauty of the flower as a positive, as well as the fragrant smell. However, it wasn't hard to find a negative either, being the thorns. Over many hours we covered places, things, and especially people, and could not find one situation where there was not both a positive and a negative aspect involved. In every single person, situation, or thing on this planet, the potential for positive and the potential for negative is represented. That is relativity. For the most heroic acts in the world of great sacrifice for humanity, there are also the most despicable acts the human mind can conceive. Someone or something represents every possible representation of the positive and the negative in this reality. As time went by, I started to understand the reason for the law of relativity. These days I often find myself when confronted by something extraordinary, amazed that someone or something was created to represent that thought, person, or situation. I marvel at the complexity of reality and how it is able to provide the potential for every positive and negative situation and person that we can possibly imagine. So let's move on and see what the ramifications of this concept could mean, and why is it so?